How many videos have you watched by now? Those that are trying to remind us of what took place on October 7th, beginning at 6:29 in the morning. Every single video tears at our heart anew. And many of us, we simply can't watch them. They're simply too painful because we've been reliving it in our minds every single day of these 2 years since. How many of you spent your October 7th wondering what more you could do while you tried to teeter on the balance between the joy of Sukkot and the sadness of this secular day? And then the day after, and the day after, and the day after, and we just move on with our lives. And yet we sit in our Sukkot this year, and the wind is whirling all around me. And I can feel the frustration that I and everyone else feels. How has this not yet come to an end? How has the world enabled the legitimacy of October 7th as a day of liberation for a people who has done nothing other than brainwash the world? The truth is that so many people became enamored with their story that even October 7th has now become a day when thousands and thousands and thousands around the world are celebrating. And they're calling for the next one, and the next one will not happen in Israel. They are calling it out, and they might act it out. We're seeing it. We have the evidence. So where are you? Where are you? As the day moves on and time passes, where are you? Where are your children? How are you doing more? It's an empty question sometimes, because living today, maybe that sometimes feels like it's enough. Maybe it feels like it's too much. So filtering into our lives little opportunities where we can feel connected without just diving into the brain drain of social media following and the heartbreak that comes with it. Because every single time we see those conversations, we say, wait, I want to get started. But you know what? That's not everybody's avenue for activism. And maybe activism is not everyone's avenue for change. Maybe that activism has to come with starting now again, to remember how to remember how to turn that into something with your loved ones and colleagues, with your networks, and not let the alternative narratives dominate, because we know we can stand by the truth of Israel. And so every single minute and every single day as it continues to pass, as we move into this third year of memory while our hearts still ache and our hostages still not home, what more can we be doing? Because what comes next is another celebration, that of the Simchat Torah, another bittersweet day. And after that, we're going to fall into a lull of holidays, but the lull of hate will not have subsided. It's during this time that we can find unique ways to create programs in your communities and social lives, in your local or virtual networks. Programs that allow you to engage with dates of history. Now, this is something that Israel Forever has always emphasized, a resource for every historical day of note that can reaffirm Israel's just cause and rights, our indigenous and ancestral and biblical rights, that become affirmed on November 2nd, as of 1917, when the Balfour Declaration proclaimed to the world their support for Jewish rights in our ancestral land. Now, this became international law, and now we're watching as countries of idiocy declare a state of Palestine. What does it mean? Does it hold the same weight? And the important answer you need to know is that no, it does not. Not all declarations are the same. And those that are empty and devoid of alliance with international parameters required, such as recognized borders or a political entity, a education system that meets some civilized standard, which we know the Palestinian education system, if it could be called that, is nothing other than a terror training camp from birth. They live to die. They are born to be killed by their own hand, by their own people, and for no other cause other than a fake nationalism that has no essence as a peoplehood, other than one that has been fabricated. So you need to know, and you need to use every historical date to do more, Balfour Day being one of them. And of course, join us now and do not wait that on November 29th, when the United Nations declared their vote for the establishment of a Jewish state in the ancestral biblical home of the land of Israel, as it had been known for thousands of years until Palestinians came along as the new style of effort to genocide and eliminate the Jew from the ideas of the world. Well, no, they won't succeed either. So where are you in the story? So on November 29th, when the vote became a partition of the land into two potential states, guess what? No. Their answer to peace and living side by side with Jews was no. We won't do it. On May 14th, 1948, Israel declared her just independence at the end of the British Mandate, just as was voted on November 29th. Even though we are still immersed in our agony, we have to look forward and we have to build programs that will welcome people, also our allies in the non-Jewish communities around us, who believe in good, who want to do more to fight the evil, and they need the knowledge to do so. You can do more. Well, you could hold a Balfour bash. You could prepare with us, Israel Forever, your Declaration Day commemoration on May 14th, 2026, because the planning that begins now has fruits for the future. And we are happy to help you create something meaningful, substantive, and historical, because every act we take to stand up for the independence of the Jewish nation who sat in our Sukkot again and again, generation after generation, and this wasn't the first and may not be the last, that we will be massacred. But we will not stand idly by, and we will not just ignore that every date has significance. We can even tell you the times of certain things in history. That's how deeply we have inherited the historical truth. And guess what? Now you must as well, because that is how we save humanity, by also saving the facts of history. Do not let them distort. Do not let them demonize, and do not let them turn you into nothing other than a tool for their evil. You have the dates, you can get the knowledge, and we're here to help you. Because the Sukkot may come down after 7 days, but the protection of God that the Sukkot symbolize, well, that remains with us. Those of us who believe and who want to help others who are hesitant to believe, they also have good in their heart, and we can work together, because unity is not uniformity. It's the unity of the good of mankind, and we could accomplish it together if we worked harder, if we had more volunteers like you, more people like you who say, you know what, I'm going to get involved today. So let's get started. It takes you to make a difference today and every day.